What's your emergency?
Welcome back to That Wee Woo Show, a podcast where we watch and discuss episodes of the ABC show 911. I'm Ellen.
I'm Alice.
And I'm Bex.
Welcome to the season 5 wrap-up episode. Hooray, we made it all the way to the end.
Yay.
First of all, we've got to say this is like Wee Woo After Dark because Alice has a cold and her voice is a bit croaky.
Oh, my voice is gone. It's very
But she says she's going to croak her way through this, so bear with us. So yeah, I mean, thank you everyone for listening to all of our season 5 episodes. We've got some feedback that people have sent us about their thoughts on season 5, and we're going to have a bit of a discussion about all the different things that happened in this season. But first, do we have a wrap up of the entire season?
So last season on 911, if I can croak my way through this, Eddie didn't panic but did break up with Anna. Maddie suffered from postpartum depression and fled to Boston, which caused Chimney to follow. Buck kissed his new team member Lucy and then immediately asked his girlfriend Taylor Kelly to move in with him. Athena's son Harry was kidnapped by Jeffrey and distrusted his mother for a while and then left the show, along with Michael and David. Eddie went to work at Dispatch with May, which then burnt down. Maddie and Chimney came back home. Hen and Karen did some light detective work. And Bobby was also there. He was Dad.
He was Dad.
I would just like to, in Eddie's defense, him going to work to Dispatch and Dispatch burning down were not related.
Well, are we
There's
sure?
no
about
correlation between Dispatch burning down and Eddie starting to work there.
But potentially saved a bunch of people in Dispatch by discovering the fire, so okay.
Had Dispatch ever burnt down before Eddie Diaz started there? I didn't think so. The evidence is damning.
Not that we know of.
I need to make one of those charts that's like times that the Dispatch caught fire and time Eddie worked there. And it's just like a steep curve.
A circle. It's a circle.
And be like, well, apparently correlation does not equal causation, but the evidence is pretty damning.
You could also argue that Claudette came back to work at Dispatch and then it burnt down, so...
And then she died, so whoops.
Yeah, okay, that was a bit sad. Okay. How do we want to start this? I think I say that every season wrap up.
Maybe let's start with character arcs, because I'm pretty sure that's going to lead into sort of a discussion about the season as a whole, based on...
That's what I figure, yeah.
Was going on with each character this season, which when you sit down and actually look at each character's arc, not a lot happened.
No, I was thinking about the whole... Actually, I'm going to start with the whole season, just to be random. I was thinking about this earlier, like, it feels like they, you know, as TV shows go on each season, they have to, like, as it keeps going, they have to try and come up with new stuff for the season, right? And, I mean, in some shows, like, the story arc and the progression is natural. But in this, where things just happen and they have to deal with them, there isn't an obvious, like, progression of the way that things should go. And so now that we've got to season 5, it kind of feels a bit like they weren't really sure, like maybe they weren't ever intending to get this far and they're not really sure what to do with everybody. So they just some stuff happened.
It is a Ryan Murphy show. I'm pretty sure he plots out the first season and then just like throws shit at a wall and sees what sticks. I don't think he ever has an idea past season 1.
But then you have to realise that I think Ryan is there for maybe the first season and then he hands it over. So season 2, season 3 were Tim and Nia was the one doing the writing. Season 4 it was Tim and Kristen. Season 5 Kristen's running the show.
Yeah.
So I think any change that we can see in season 5 can be attributed by the fact that there is a new showrunner who theoretically should have kind of carried the show the way that Ryan had set it up and the way that Tim was writing it, but Kristen has her own style of doing things, her own way of doing things, what she likes and what she doesn't like, and so that's influenced the entire season, in my opinion. Everything is in my opinion about this. Because we've discussed in like previous episodes, Kristen loves the interpersonal drama. She has her favourite Blorbos, and she likes doing drama shit with them. She's not good at ensembles, and I don't think she's really interested in big emergencies, like the big dramatic emergencies. She likes the little interpersonal dramas, and that's what we got a lot of this season.
Yeah, we did get a lot of character stuff this time around, for good or bad.
I vote bad.
So that's interesting. So Tim, of course you did. Tim Minear actually only wrote one episode in this season.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I think Kristen only wrote 2 of them, right? Just looking through, 3 of which one she was a co-attributor.
But she is, like, she's the boss. So she's the one that walks in and goes, okay, this is the direction the season is going to take. This is the focus that we're going to take. These are the storylines that we're going to prioritize. And then the writers follow her lead.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, talking about big emergencies, we didn't even have, like in past episodes, we've had really big emergencies to start with, and this season's opener was like this ransomware hacker thing, which only really lasted for one of the episodes. And
I know we discussed it when we did the season opener. I don't think the ransomware was meant to be the big emergency. I think that was the lead up, and then the heat wave was meant to be the big emergency.
Yeah,
because
and the power
when you look
going out.
Yeah, the power outage and the heat wave. But even then, it wasn't. The focus wasn't on so much the heat wave, but how the heat wave was affecting the 118 specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And different people around the city. But
I don't think we even got that much. I can remember one, which was May and the stupid solar panels.
Yeah, and everything else was related to the 118. And that kind of all led into the Jeffrey thing, which I guess was the other early big story.
Yeah, so you had the Jeffrey thing tied in because the ransomware was somehow timed perfectly that it allowed Jeffrey to escape. So then Athena's main storyline for like 2.5 episodes was chasing Jeffrey.
Oh, that's right. The big emergency was Jeffrey.
Pretty much. Jeffrey plus the power outage.
I think Jeffrey's whole arc wouldn't have bugged me so much if it was like a mid-season thing. But it was just weird as the opener because we were used to a certain trend.
We were used to a big emergency that you saw the 118 responding to it. Whereas there wasn't really the big emergency the 118 responding to. There was just an emergency that was happening to them, and they were reacting to it.
Yeah,
because you can't fix a heat wave. There's nothing that they could do about it. They just had to survive it and make sure everyone else survived it.
Well, I mean, the same with tsunami and all that kind of thing, and the earthquake.
But they could rescue people. And they could...
Yeah.
There was action that they could take, but there wasn't really a lot of action that we saw. There probably was action that they could have been taking, but we didn't see it so much. I will preface this by saying that I have not watched that episode since we watched it, and I really don't want to go back and watch it. So my memory is like we're running on fumes as to what actually happened in those 3 episodes.
Yeah, I don't even remember when we watched those episodes. This season got a lot better in the latter half. Like, I hardly remember the first half of this season. Like, I hardly remembered it before we watched it, and now that we've watched it and literally discussed every episode, I still don't remember it. Like, before we started recording, Bex mentioned something about Brawl in Cell Block 911, and I was like, oh, was that this season? Like, it feels like a totally different season.
Mm-hmm. And I think that, as we discussed earlier, that's partially because of the hiatus, like the mid-season hiatus splitting the season in 2. So it almost feels like we've watched 2 seasons worth, even though for us it was back to back.
We also had a hiatus early on in the season. Like, we started watching it in November, and then we had a bit of a break over, December, January. So, which was around Brawl and Cell Block 911, and then we did our Wee Woo Goes to the Cottage episode, which also broke things up a little bit. So we also had a bit of a hiatus.
Oh my god, yes. Yeah, but it feels like there's a definite
heated rivalry
shift.
mania.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh,
Which
what a good time.
Never really ended. Anyway,
It
yes.
has not, no. It comes and goes.
Oh, I just want to go to the ice hockey again. Yeah, so I definitely enjoyed the second season. The second half of the season.
Second half.
Also the second season. But the second half of the season more than the first half. Which was just, oh, Jeffrey, remember Jeffrey? Hey, Jeffrey. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I don't care, actually.
I feel like the second half of this season was more cohesive too, because the first half of the season was literally just Jeffrey.
I do want to give, like, I do understand that they had to write Jennifer Love Hewitt out of the show. But, like, they probably could have done it better.
Oh, there's massive issues with the storyline that they gave Maddie
Oh,
to
the
get
storyline
Jennifer off
for
the
sure.
show for a couple of weeks.
But, like, it just, it felt off without Maddie and Chimney. And it's like, but, like, they, like, one, you didn't have to write Chimney off. You chose to do that.
Well, do you want to go into talking about the characters, and we can start with Chim and Maddie?
I'm sure we'll keep like coming back to, as we're sort of discussing the characters, we'll keep coming back to the series, like the season as a whole.
Yeah.
So there's going to be very little structure to this episode, and that's fine.
There's never any structure to these episodes.
Just a
I
rambling
try a
chat.
little bit.
You do, bless you. Okay. Well, are we going to start with... It's easy to start with Maddie and Chim because they had possibly the most coherent actual story arc in this season of anybody.
Yeah.
I think...
Apart from maybe
I think
Eddie. But
Maddie and Eddie are the two that I think had an actual character growth or a story arc during this season. But Maddie definitely.
Yeah, so she didn't start the episode away, right? That like the season, I mean, that happened in the first few episodes.
No, she left Desperate Measures or Desperate Times? No, Desperate Measures. She leaves in Desperate Measures. So she's there.
3.
She's there through the ransomware. The postpartum depression gets worse during Desperate Times because Chim is at the firehouse full time. She's alone with G full time, and that's when the bathtub incident happens in Desperate Measures, and she decides that she's unsafe, so she leaves. So she's there for the first 3 episodes, and then she's gone until Boston.
Right. Yeah, and it did feel weird without her and Chim. Like, we got Lucy.
But we didn't get Lucy... No, we got Lucy as a replacement for Eddie. So we didn't get Lucy until the second half of this season. We got Jonah to replace Chim.
Oh, that's right.
We got May in Dispatch, which I liked. It was nice seeing more of May.
We got Claudette in Dispatch to replace Maddie.
Yeah. Great.
Excellent replacement.
But yeah, I liked seeing Maddie. I liked seeing May in Dispatch because we got to see more of May. Like, it wasn't just Athena's kid. Like, it was actually May becoming a self-sufficient person.
Yeah, she sort of became more of a main character too, because previously she'd only pop up now and then.
Yeah.
When the family storyline needed it. But I don't know if the kids are considered series regulars ever, but she kind of was in a lot of episodes this season. So, but they didn't, like, going back to Maddie. Obviously, this storyline's very important for, like, shining a light on the issues with postpartum depression. But we did, when we got to the Boston episode and talked about that, we did say how we weren't real happy with the ease of how it was resolved.
Yes.
Like, it was sad that she was away for so long, but it was, like, probably an important storyline to...
Yeah,
as we
covered... Yeah, as we definitely covered at the time. I hated that it was just like, oh, here's some medication, you're fixed now. Because that's not... Like, this show's not great about, having the characters actually deal with their traumas.
It did go on for a little bit longer, like, when she got back to LA, but not in any kind of spotlighted way. She just was...
Oh, no, I don't think it was necessarily her... the medical issues. There was still definitely... like, her relationship with Chim took a little bit of a hit. And then they had to get back to sort of where they'd started they were starting over in the episode aptly titled "Starting Over," but we didn't really. It was literally a magic pill.
Yeah, so I guess maybe to start with, they handled it well, and then by the end, they kind of
like I'm sure a lot of people wish that there was a magic little pill they could take that just cured them of everything.
But that would not have been convenient to getting Maddie back to LA, back into dispatch, back in a relationship with Chim. They needed it to be resolved quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad that they had to take Chim out of the picture too for so long because, I mean, I guess the way they wrote the storylines while he was away meant that he had to be away, but did he really have to be away for all that time, you know?
Yeah, they could have come up with a different storyline, but instead they chose to write them both out. And I definitely think the show suffered without both of them. Like, it literally could have just been like, oh yeah, Maddie's really busy at work at the moment. Or like, Maddie's taking some time off from work. Lucky we have great health insurance.
They got rid of Harry and kept mentioning him and we never see him. Like,
exactly, yeah.
They could have just done the same thing, Maddie.
I think, though, in that instance that it was McAnthony chose to leave the show.
Yeah, but what I mean is they keep... Like, he was there in the story, but we didn't actually see him at all. So they could have had Jennifer Love Hewitt not on screen, but she would have still been around. Anyway, it's... They chose to take this other path, which is fine. It was just that we weren't super happy with the way that it was resolved in the end. Poor Chim having to go cross-country with a baby.
Oh, my God.
But he's come through it mostly unscathed, apart from, like, really missing Maddie by the end of it. Even at the end of the whole season. I assume they're going to get back together quite quickly in the next season. I hope so.
That'll be
you can add that to my...
Ellen's predictions. You
can add that to my predictions.
Bex can add it to Ellen's predictions, was what I was trying to say.
Yes. So, Ellen predicts...
Maybe it should be my hopes for next season. Because who can predict anything that is going to happen on this show, honestly? Anything else about Chim and Maddie, or shall we...
I think that's about it. Chim didn't really get to do a lot this season, which was kind of sad because Kenneth he was pretty much just chasing after Maddie all season.
He's great when he cries. We had a good time with that.
Yeah. He's either being like heartbreakingly like just angsty or
walking around topless.
Comic relief. You know. Occasionally gets to be a badass with saving people, but you know. There wasn't a whole lot of that this season, I don't think.
No, but there wasn't a lot of anybody being a real badass. Bobby, I would say probably Bobby got the most sort of, and unfortunately Athena. And I don't say unfortunately Athena because I don't like it when Athena gets to be a badass. I think the big heroic, like big damn hero moment was her like emptying 35 clips into Jeffrey.
And then telling him to save his life, yeah.
Yeah, which we've discussed probably ad nauseum how much we hated that moment. But that was
storyline, really.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately was Athena's storyline for this season.
It was literally cop revenge, and it's like, yeah, that's cool.
They front-loaded Athena at the beginning of season 5 with with Jeffrey's trial, and then with the manhunt, and then with dealing with Harry and his trauma, and that's pretty much all Athena got to do this season.
Yep.
Yeah, and then she just popped up for the few other scenes in the other episodes. She'd be there supporting, like, May or Bobby.
Yeah, she would show up to do her, like, contractually obligated screen time. Like, even in the Boston episode, they had, like, 30 seconds of Athena on screen just so Angela could say, yes, I was in that episode.
Yeah.
But other than that, she didn't really do anything after they shipped Harry off with Michael.
No.
And David.
She was just supporting everybody else for the rest of the season.
Which I guess makes sense because the beginning of the season was so Athena heavy. They're like, okay, we need to, like, shift focus back to everybody else.
Maybe she was filming a movie.
I don't know.
I think Hen got, even though Hen didn't have, like we can talk about Hen later, unless you want to move on to Hen now. She
No,
had a lot of
Hen's 2 storylines. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, she didn't have any real major storylines through the whole season, but she did have quite a lot of saving people. She got
and hunting things,
the hero moments, but they weren't like heroic. She was just doing her job a lot because Chim wasn't there, so she was the paramedic. Yeah. Apart from Jonah, who was not saving people or occasionally saving
hunting
people.
Things.
No, he was hunting things.
He was,
and
he
then
was
saving
people. But unfortunately, he was the one putting them in danger in order to save them until, Claudette.
Yeah.
So Hen's medical school thing was mentioned, we think, once this season. Which is when we were talking about Brawl in Cell Block 911. She mentions to the doctor in that she is wanting to get into his line of work and is in medical school, and then nothing. Like, they totally forget about it. Because there's a whole thing about how busy she is previously, and then, like, nothing.
We see her in the station house reading a few times, but I didn't notice whether they were.
But they're not medical textbooks anymore.
No, I don't think so.
Season 4,
it's
they
just
specifically had her. Yeah, but they specifically had her reading textbooks or books about medical school. Now she's just reading for pleasure. Like, when is what? Why does she?
When
have
do
time
students
to read
ever
for
read
pleasure?
for pleasure?
Yeah.
But kind of all of Hen's pre-established storylines were disregarded. We didn't see any more about fostering this season, which is probably a good thing considering what Karen got up to around the fostering.
I think
but it's just like
I think it is mentioned. Or maybe we mentioned it. I don't remember if they mentioned it.
It might have been like an offhand reference, but we don't see, like, the only kid we see in the house is Denny.
Yeah.
And then they bring in, like, Tony has more of a story arc, even though the show completely decided to retcon her and Hen's relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Hen was just kind of there this season. Like, she got a lot of airtime, which was good. She got lots of little storylines. We got the FOMO episode where she and Karen got to be amateur detectives, which was fun.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of fun little stuff, but
like,
we didn't.
Was it stupid?
Like, nothing...
Absolutely. Did we have a good time? Sure did.
Yes. But like her character didn't move forward at all this season. She was just there. I think a lot of characters, like, their characters didn't, their stories didn't move forward. They were just there this season.
Yeah. It's like they needed to find their feet and just took a while to...
But, I mean, they've got so many characters to deal with. They can't all move forward. Although they do have, like, 18 episodes, so they could have had one each.
Like, I'm not talking kind of massive leaps in character, but at least if you were drawing sort of a line where your character started at the beginning of the season, at least shift them, do something that shifts them a little bit. Like, poor Bobby. Bobby didn't do anything this season. Bobby didn't. He almost relapsed. But he almost relapsed at the end of season 4, so that doesn't count.
He almost relapses.
That's just cycling back, like, to the,
every couple episodes.
Yeah, he's just there. He's supportive husband, supportive father, supportive captain. When we love him for it, he's worried. He worried about everybody. He worried about everybody, but that's not really pushing his story forward.
Yeah.
No.
Who else? Same with, like, I think Buck actually went backwards. I don't think they moved his story forward anymore. I think they moved him backwards.
Really? Even after he realised that he didn't want to be together with Taylor? Doesn't that count as growing?
No. Well, I mean, he made out with Lucy and then...
Yeah, so we had Mr. I Would Never Cheat, like, got incredibly offended when people thought he was cheating on Abby. Who actually then does cheat on Taylor. He then traps her in his apartment, not literally, but also literally, and then, like, is an absolute bastard to her. And it's like, oh, I hooked up with you knowing these fundamental aspects of your personality, but I was hoping that I'd be able to, like, get over it.
Yeah, I was hoping I could deal with you.
Yeah, I could learn to live with you. I'm
Turns
not
out
going
I can't.
to. Turns out I can't, so I'm kicking you out of my apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you put it like that, it does seem very callous. Which
Like,
I don't like to say because I do love Buck, but honestly, he did a bad
Buck,
job this
but
season.
He did not. The only good thing he did this season was he was supportive partner to Eddie. Like, when Eddie absolutely lost his shit, Buck was an amazing father to Christopher and partner to Eddie. That was the good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a great boyfriend to Eddie. He's just not a great boyfriend to Taylor.
I think, and potentially that's like was completely unintentional by any of the writers or anything. It's just the way it turned out.
Yeah. Because they don't know how to write him as a boyfriend, except when it's with Eddie. And then it's not intentional. So when they try and write him as a boyfriend, they do a terrible job. And when they're not even trying to write him as a boyfriend, he's the most attentive partner ever.
Yeah. Oh dear. Who else do we have apart from?
Speaking of Eddie.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to Eddie. So Eddie did have some growth. This it's therapy, right? He had heaps of therapy.
His story. He had so much progression this season. When you sit and think about it, because he starts the season with a girlfriend.
And finishes it single. Yep, good.
Finishes single, but like he starts with Anna. He has realizations that he doesn't actually want to be with Anna after using her for free childcare through the emergency. Like he literally thinks he's having a heart attack at the idea of like being with the woman. Like Compet sent him to a hospital with a suspected heart attack. So then, we discovered that part about him. We then discovered that, like, heart problems run in the family because we go back to Texas for an episode and we do that whole thing with his father.
Which is weird, but sure.
Sure, but at least it progresses the Diaz family lore.
It does,
like,
yeah, that's it.
We got lore drop, even though it was a badly timed episode or badly timed storyline within the episode. We then get the realization that maybe his job is too dangerous if he wants to be there for his kids, so he steps away from 911, goes to dispatch, and then realizes he's fucking miserable. Therapy goes bad. He nearly destroys the house. Goes back, gets more therapy, and then comes back to the 118, like a better version of Eddie Diaz.
But we don't see that last part.
No.
Like he just he
implied.
Goes from like being a kind of messed up and like lashing out at everybody, and then suddenly he's back in the station house with everybody else.
Like they really put Eddie through the things this season. Like they make him go see his parents, which is, but they also kill off all his old co-workers.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Like his entire old team is dead.
They just pile the trauma on.
Yeah.
Yes, it's because much like Kenny, Ryan cries good.
Yeah.
He looks good
he
crying.
is very pretty. Yeah.
Yep. All the trauma for that man.
Damn, we're cruel. But it's worth it.
It is worth it.
So this means that next season he's going to be, well-rounded and healthy, right?
Sure, yeah. Let's...
In
Honestly,
theory.
I don't even remember Eddie being in season 6, so...
I have a very specific memory of Eddie in season 6.
Oh, does it involve not wearing a shirt or something?
Oh, actually, no, I do. Yeah, I remember, yeah. Yes.
Yep, that's...
Yes.
Ignore the spelling. Ignore the spelling, but yes.
Oh, no, I think there was a spoiler thing.
Yes, I do remember that.
That's pretty much the only thing I remember of that season.
Yeah.
For him.
Cool, yeah, so, yeah, Eddie's totally going to be super well-rounded and fine next season.
Yeah, not at all traumatized, I'm sure.
I mean, he is fine, as in, like, he's fine, but mentally, emotionally, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
I think there's grey sweatpants involved at some point next season, which I'm very much looking forward to.
Oh dear. Actually, one thing I did notice, I just realised looking at the notes you've got here about Eddie's character stuff, they did have this tension between him and Bobby when, he had that fight with Bobby. And then that sort of never, like, I think we talked about it at the time, they were just suddenly okay with each other again. Like that reconciliation, whatever, the apology happened off screen, and we never saw that. We never saw him getting brought back into the fold, except for that where he rescued people in the fire.
I think we talked about it in the episode where like Bobby is babysitting Eddie when he's sleeping on the couch, that and like Eddie wakes up and Bobby is just there. I don't think Bobby needed an apology. I'm sure that he was hurt by what Eddie said, but I also feel like he recognized that Eddie was just lashing out and he didn't really mean what he said, because he knows that Eddie Diaz is a petty bitch and he fights dirty. So he's probably like, yeah, okay, that stung, but Eddie was trying his best to hurt me. He didn't actually really mean it. There's no need for an apology. So I don't think there was ever a, like, I'm sorry. I think it was just, one of my kids fucked up, but I'm just going to roll with it and support them. And the best we're probably going to get is Eddie showing up after the whole Jonah incident and going, Jonah, wasn't your fault. You need to take credit. If you're taking blame for Jonah, you need to take credit for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It still would have been nice for them to...
It would have been, but I don't... It probably would have slowed things down storyline-wise.
As if, nothing else was slowed down story-wise. All right, so I think that's all the main characters.
Yep.
So on to the recurring step.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got a lot more May, which we mentioned, which was really good.
Yeah, I kind of think we can count May as a main character nowadays, right?
Well, she's not like part of the winning team. Like she's not a firefighter or Athena. So, but yeah, she had to deal with Claudette being a cow until she died, so that was fine. And then had to decide whether she wanted to go
so callous, like talking about Claudette dying as if it's like, oh, thank God she's gone. But like, I mean, she was just a horrible character.
Yeah,
she was. It was sad, and she didn't have to die.
It was just weird because we already got that sort of character with Maddie. It's like, why did we need to do it again? Like we had that one that just kept hanging up on people.
Yeah, but that was just one episode.
There was also a difference in that that character, who's Gloria, that wasn't really aimed at Maddie. It was just Gloria was a bad dispatcher, whereas Claudette, it was very specifically aimed at May, which, as we discussed,
I mean, it was aimed at Maddie when Maddie like dobbed her in, and she threatened to like kill Maddie or something, then got in a car crash.
Yeah, like for 30 seconds. She was...
But yeah, I don't know. It was just weird. Like, how many bitches work in the call centre? A lot, apparently.
As we discussed, but we've already had a bullying subplot for May.
Literally, all May does is get bullied.
So, she graduates high school, she goes out and gets a big girl job, and then like the first thing that happens is she gets bullied again.
Yeah.
Just, it's not fair. Leave the poor kid alone. Like, I'm so sure that if we actually did follow her to college, she would like join a sorority and then immediately get bullied by one of her sorority sisters.
Yeah,
it'd be the girl who bullied her and then apologized. She'd be like, "Oh, guess what? I'm back and ready to bully you more."
Mm.
Yeah, forget the whole point where we tried to reconcile in season 5. I'm over that. I'm back to bullying you again.
Back to bullying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was May. It was good to see more of her. I didn't like the Claudette storyline, but it was cool seeing her like stand up to Claudette and be like, get off your ass, get out of this room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I think it shows growth for May. So,
Yes.
okay, so maybe May had the most growth this season because, like, the first time she got bullied, she couldn't cope with it and she took pills.
Yeah.
This time she got bullied, but she kept going back to work. She kept trying to deal with it, and then she actually stood up to her bully at the end.
Yeah.
Not kind of in the way that you would hope, but she at least got to say her piece to her, even if it was in an effort to save the woman's life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she did, like, get her through it, even if it didn't turn out, like, work out in the end. But
Well, May
Well,
got
that wasn't her
that
fault.
wasn't May's
Like,
fault.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, nobody expected Jonah.
Nobody expected Jonah.
The Spanish Inquisition and Jonah. Nobody can ever see them coming.
Okay, on to Michael. So Michael was in a lot. We worked out Michael was in almost every episode in the early part of the season until the fire at the hospital, and he and David went off to Haiti and never came back. So
All these characters getting like having fires at their place of work. Jesus.
yeah,
I
I mean, it is a
don't.
firefighter show.
Yes, and the moral of that story is if you are lucky enough to become a series regular on a show and the network asks you to get a very reasonable medical procedure,
Legally mandated.
get the damn procedure, stay on the show.
Yeah.
I still love that they put him in a big storyline about the COVID vaccines as well.
I know. You could just imagine them chuckling about it as they're like, no, it's part of the storyline. We need you to do it.
Yep.
So petty. Love it.
So petty, and I am so happy that they got a resolution to the case just in time for us to discuss it on the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Michael has departed. His actor was fired. He gets yeeted to Haiti and he never comes back. I think they do move him somewhere else after Haiti. I don't remember where that is because they do sort of like, he is mentioned again. But I don't remember
No
where
memory
he
of
is.
that.
It's like Florida or something. Yeah, we also have Taylor Kelly who features in this season more than
Yay, Taylor.
she has previously. She started in season 2, yeah?
Yes.
I thought it was season 1.
No, because Abby was season 1.
It was helicopter
she
related.
hooked
So
up with-
Eddie
okay.
Eddie was in it, so that's season 2.
But it's like the first or second episode, like it's early season 2.
Yes. Yes, because
was it
Buck
Dosed?
wants, and I think it's earlier than that because Buck is torn because he wants to date Taylor. No, he doesn't want to just hook up with Taylor because he's not a hookup man anymore. He's a relationship man.
Yeah, no, it's
And so
Dosed. It's her first episode. So, season 2, episode 6.
Yeah.
So she's been in there since season 2. She's been in there for quite a while now. Yeah, so they start a relationship last season.
Yeah. Literally the last episode of last season.
And yeah, we learn like a fair bit about her this season, and then she gets written off.
Yeah.
So yeah, her father killed her mother.
Allegedly.
Maybe. Well, he was convicted of it.
Yes, but Taylor's still not convinced.
But yes, Taylor's still not convinced.
Yeah, so that's why she becomes a reporter, because she
needs to know the
desperate
truth.
She needs to know that she can't get the truth in her own life, so she's going to uncover everybody else's truths.
Yeah.
That's
And then yeah, Buck, as we discussed, kissed Lucy, and so asked Taylor to move in with him.
Yeah, I do feel like they kind of they did Taylor really dirty in this season. Like,
Oh, they did her so dirty.
like she was, getting on with her career, moving up in the world, and in every stage, someone was trying to drag her down again. Usually Buck, like not always on
Exactly,
purpose.
yes.
Mostly Buck.
Sometimes on purpose, sometimes not.
But yeah, so their relationship was very...
It's almost like a kiss of death on this show to become a love interest for one of the 118, because you don't survive. It's not quite like Sam Winchester level of not surviving, but you don't the show will do you dirty. Off. You don't actually get killed off.
Except Shannon.
Well, yeah.
She was an justice for Shannon. She was like
okay, so hang on. The 118 can break up with you, but if you break up with the 118, it's over.
Oh, yes, because she asked for the divorce, didn't she?
Yeah.
So that's why they literally killed her.
Eddie wanted to try again, and she was like, nah.
This is a terrible realization to have. They didn't kill off...
Look, I'd say yes, but...
Eva. They didn't
it's
kill
probably
off Eva. She was...
No, because Hen broke up with her.
Yeah, Hen broke up with her, so that's fine.
Oh. Right.
Look, we'll just keep track of it over the next couple of seasons. Like, when love interests come in, if they come in, we'll see, like, who ends the relationship and therefore, like, where that person ends up.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to track. So at the moment, the theory is if you break up with them, you die. If they break up with you, you're fine. So.
Yeah, so Taylor and her couch end the season by moving out. Because
yes,
Taylor reports on Jonah's murdering before the department are ready for it to come out. Like, she does wait till he's arrested and is just happens to be the first reporter on scene. But yeah, she promised Buck that she wouldn't, and she was just like, well, too bad. It's my job.
I don't even think it was that she was first reporter on scene. It's that, like, she's on scene and she already has his mugshot. Or, like, his department photo. And she already has his name and she already has everything about him. Whereas everybody else who was first on scene, she was ready to go. Yeah. She had she had the story information.
Like, yeah. She had the Google Doc locked and loaded.
Yeah.
So yeah, Buck's like, yeah, we'll be okay, but not together, bye. So yes, her and her couch have moved out. Ravi, we did see a bit of him, not a heap, but we did learn that he was in hospitals a lot.
In and out of several episodes, like briefly. I feel like he wasn't in any major kind of things happening, but he was always there.
No. He was there. He was there.
Was he in the dispatch fire?
Nope.
Oh my God, they didn't even let him in that. But yeah, we found out that he was in and out of hospital a lot as a kid because he had cancer.
Yeah, they don't pay you enough to ask questions about shit that people get up to, which is wise, I think, in this place.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then, yeah, we get the two newbies. So we get Lucy, who joins and immediately makes out with Buck while drunk. Or while Buck is drunk. Well, both of them are drunk. And then, yeah, how awkward, because then she ends up working with them. I still love when Bobby is like, you two kissed?
Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
He sounds so upset about it too, like...
What is the gossip? No one told him.
Like, on the one hand, like, he's probably upset that he missed the gossip, or, you know, he didn't find out about it because, you know, the man loves a gossip.
Yeah.
But, you know, the headspace that he was in at that stage, he'd missed all this shit that was going down with Jonah, and he thought he had everyone else in the 118 on lock, and then he discovers that, you know, no, Buck and Lucy had something going on, and he'd completely missed that too, so that just sent him spiraling even further. But yeah.
I don't know how he missed it. They were so awkward together, but sure.
They were so awkward after that, like, that first call that they had.
Like, Buck, who can literally, like, flirt with a guy getting a tapeworm pulled out of his ass, was awkward to a woman, and Bobby was just like, oh, yes, this seems fine.
Yeah, that was a funny episode. Both the tapeworm and the one where they were flirting over the, awkwardly avoiding each other at the fish market thing.
Well, Lucy wasn't avoiding him. Because she was just like, okay, dude, you know, we kissed in a bar, that's fine. She didn't realize that he had a girlfriend.
No.
So Buck was the one who was spiraling and was avoiding her, because there was a couple of times he would be like, "Oh yes, sorry, firefighter Donato," and she's going like, "Dude, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked Lucy. They did her.
I liked Lucy.
She had such potential, and then the show just didn't know what to do with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
I
was
think they
too
ended up
cool,
with too many.
like,
They've got too many characters to, have fully fledged backstories for. So we just never got anything for Lucy.
I don't need a fully fledged backstory. Like I think we got enough sort of in the snippets to sort of paint a picture of who Lucy Donato is. I just wish they'd done shit with her.
Yeah, we weren't asking for Lucy Begins. We were just...
Yeah, like she comes in and she's set up as this, badass Buck 1.0 female version. She comes in, she does the speed rescue. She catches the woman falling out of the window, and we get through Lucy to see what it's like to kind of be in the 1A team but not be part of the A team. So, what is it like if you have to work with these people? She wasn't invited to
family dinner, but she was there.
Yeah, like you see them having family dinner, but you're sitting on the other side of the loft, and then they slowly start to sort of welcome her into the 118. I really wish that they had worked out something to do with her to sort of keep her to be, rather than just sort of having those 2 big episodes and then she's just there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does she hang around for the next season?
Oh no, she's
like. I'm not going to say.
Okay.
Honestly, because I can't remember exactly what happens with her story arc and like when shit happens. So,
Okay. Well, I mean, at the end, she was there with.
She's part of the big like Avengers Assemble march at the end of the episode.
Yeah. So, she is. Yeah.
But honestly,
so they haven't transferred her out yet.
Like Eddie's back, so her days are numbered.
Yeah, I got that impression. Poor Lucy. Yeah, she kind of also got the raw deal in this season. Right, did we go through all of the characters?
Lucky last is Jonah.
We probably do have to mention Jonah because he was in quite a few episodes.
Monday.
Yeah.
Called Monday because they go through replacements, like temps, so quickly. And he's just the temp for Monday. And then he sort of sticks around. And just when Hen's starting to think that he's okay, he ends up transferred, and then they find out that he...
he ends up transferred because Chim comes back.
Yeah.
But then because he only ends up going to like the 133. And the 133 is like their sister house because everybody goes to the 133. Like Kevin was at the 133, Albert's at the 133. Their houses must be pretty close because they always seem to be on calls together. So we don't get rid of him, unfortunately. Quickly.
It was funny watching through his stuff for the first time because at first it felt like Hen was just being kind of mean to him because she didn't want to. She was missing Chim, so she didn't want to bring anybody else in his place. And all Jonah wanted was for Hen to like him. But obviously, once you find out by the end, like, what he's actually doing, it's a different story.
See, I thought that they did that really well. Because, I
had no idea.
Yeah, like, Hen, it's easy to write Hen's distrust of him off as she only wants Chimney. She doesn't want any other partner. But there's also there's some gut reaction to him that she can't explain, but he just rubs her the wrong way, and then you realize what it is because he's got like this sociopathic tendency, his need to be a hero, and he will do need for glory almost. And then they fumbled it because then they decided at some point halfway through Hero Complex, no, he's not trying to be a hero, he's trying to be God. And all of us are sitting there going, where the fuck did the God stuff come from? Because that's not the storyline you were setting up.
Yeah.
And then they go, well, rather than just having him be a serial killer paramedic, we need him to go like full psycho and kidnap Hen and Chim and torture them There's no way that storyline's going to end in any way other than one or both of them dying, but we're just going to do it because it's drama.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was such an interesting storyline, and then they just went for the drama for drama's sake and ruined it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this show is nothing but not overdramatic, so...
But then there's these little glimpses of, like, gold. And
I
then
know,
you
that's
go,
the problem.
And then you go digging for gold, and then you discover it's fool's gold, and you're going, but this is useless.
Anyway, yeah, so he was arrested. Bobby felt bad because he thought that he should have known that Jonah was a murderer.
Which then led to the relapse storyline, or suspected relapse storyline.
Yeah.
Which, as I said, made sense in this context. It would make sense that the stress of what happened with Jonah and what happened with Hen and with Chim would send Bobby spiraling and probably reaching for the drink.
Yeah.
It just got cheapened because they did a similar thing last season.
Yeah.
For me, anyway.
Yeah, we spoke about that last week, but yeah, it's a shame that that's the way they went with it. No, it's not a shame because, yes, it did make sense this time, but it was a shame that we'd already been there kind of thing and in a less believable way previously.
Yes.
So I hope Jonah never comes back. Didn't we decide that he was never actually making it to jail? He was going to be disappeared along the way. But
yes, I think we decided that Athena was going to do something and he was never actually going to make it to jail.
Yeah. My hope for the next season is that we don't get like a Jeffrey style resurgence of Jonah in the next season. Because I don't really want to see him again.
I can neither confirm nor deny. You know this show, they love to bring back their people.
They do, and he was a convincing character up until his halfway through his final episode. So
yes. So what did Ellen think was going to happen this season?
Oh God. Well, I predicted that this prediction segment was terrible. That's not changed.
You predicted that that Maddie was going to be fine because there was, postnatal depression, but she's getting help for that.
Well, that was a big mistake.
I'm just laughing at Ellen saying, I don't know what's going to happen with Anna. I guess I know they break up at some point because you already told me there was a breakup scene where he keeps getting her name wrong. We still don't know what her name is. Sorry, Anna. You had to leave because no one knew what your name was.
Well, I got this one right. Bobby and Athena will continue to do Bobby and Athena things.
Yep.
Turns out that was right.
I do like this little part, which was if Buck and Taylor are together at the beginning of the season, Eddie is not going to be approving of that, and there's going to be tension with Taylor. I don't think Eddie and Taylor had a scene together.
I don't think Eddie remembered that Taylor existed this season.
That treasure episode was like the one episode where they actually did something together, and that was last season.
No,
right?
Sorry, I do tell a lie. Buck and Taylor went over to Eddie's for dinner when Eddie was dispatched because there was that whole thing where Taylor ate before they went to dinner because Buck had told her that Eddie was a terrible cook. Except,
oh my God, that's right.
That's right.
And they had that whole discussion of like, I'm not a terrible cook. I just never had time to cook, and now I have plenty of time to cook, and I'm getting better. So okay, they had one scene together all season, and
it was kind of tension.
There wasn't, but it wasn't tension with.
It wasn't tension. It was just embarrassing.
It was tension with with Buck and because Eddie, Buck was it was the Buck and Eddie tension.
You also hope that Hen continued with med school. And they continued with the fostering. Yep, sure. Allegedly, that's what they're doing.
They kind of dropped that.
And Chris will continue to be adorable, which you nailed that one.
You sure did.
Mm-hmm. Although we didn't see Chris heaps in this season.
No, he went all the way to Texas and didn't even get seen.
No. We had him being like the Christmas Nazi, where the Christmas tree had to have the perfect ratio of cranberries and popcorn on the strands, and the tree had to be perfect.
Well, it is his day.
Because he was trying to deal with Shannon's death around the time of Christmas, and Eddie had just been kidnapped, and there was a whole thing, and that's what spurred Eddie to move to Dispatch, because Chris was freaking out over a gingerbread house that he smashed, and Eddie went, well, the absolute perfect reaction to that is quit my job.
Yeah. Not talk to my child, just quit my job.
Or, send my child to more therapy. It's like, I'm going to quit my job. And then Chris is like, why the fuck did you quit your job?
Yeah.
I didn't want you to quit your job.
Yeah, I didn't realise that Eddie went to Dispatch so late in the season, because...
Yeah.
That was like episode 10.
Yeah, it was the second half of the season. He did, like, they did Christmas, and the very last thing they did before they went on hiatus was Eddie saying, I'm leaving the 118.
Yeah, that's right.
And then it was
when
like,
they were in that
Christmas,
outside Christmas
3-month
party.
break.
Yeah.
3-month break, and everyone's going, oh my God, what's happening with Eddie? Is Ryan leaving the show?
Yeah, that's cruel.
Yeah, Chris being like, I didn't ask you to quit your job. I've been talking to Grandpa, and we're both really embarrassed to say that you handle Twitter rather than fight fires. But, all right, let's get into best and worst. Just pull the Band-Aid off.
Okay.
Best episode, I think we're all already in agreement here. Like, I don't even think we need to discuss it, but I think the best episode was Mayday.
It's Mayday. Yes.
It's Mayday. Like, it's like that. It's just what it is.
Yeah, I mean, Mayday was exciting, like, excellent tension, and,
We had a great time with Mayday, yeah.
From every side, every part of it was tense and kind of good. Whereas every other episode we looked at in the list, it's like, okay, this one had good moments, like I'm scrolling through trying to find one that I liked now. Like, I thought that the Brawl in Cell Block 911 was a great idea. Like, it worked. Like, when I watched it, I enjoyed it, apart from one character. Yeah. but there were just parts of it that then fell down that we didn't like the ending, for example, where we didn't understand why he, like, did he want to actually be known for doing this, or did he just want to die so they could take his heart? And anyway, let's not go into that again. But yeah,
yes.
The beginning part of that was exciting.
There were so many episodes where there were parts of the episode that were good, like Fearophobia. There were like the whole second part with Eddie was really good. The spiders and all of the other mini emergencies at the beginning of the episode, terrible. Hated it. So I like that part of that episode, and there's so many episodes that I can say that, like, I like this scene, I like this storyline, but Mayday is the only one, and, like, we ripped it to shreds when we watched it. There were so many stupid things that happened, but it's one of the few episodes this season that start to finish I can enjoy, and that I will go back and rewatch. I just might have to switch my brains off at certain points.
Okay, so obviously it's unanimous that Mayday is the best episode.
Yep.
If we took Mayday out of the equation, do you have a second favourite? We don't even have to say best. We don't even have to say second best. Just what episode did you like aside from Mayday?
Well, I was going to say Boston, but I don't actually like watching that because it's so sad.
See, Boston's my favourite too.
But it is.
I think
it's a great
if
episode.
You're going for well-written, well-acted, good storyline episodes that work from start to finish, then it has to be Boston. But that's not a 911 episode.
No, I was just so happy to see Chimney and Maddie again. And I love the bit where they're, like, circling each other, and we're like, oh my God, we know they're in the same place, but they don't know that they're in the same place. And
they keep crossing paths, but they don't realise they're crossing paths. It's a filler episode. It's the 2020s equivalent of a clip show where they've given the rest of the cast the day off. So they can just do these two characters.
And yet it's so good.
It is good, but it's like 911 for me is the ensemble. It's
Yes.
the 118 responding to emergencies and having their own personal shit in the background, and that's not what Boston is, really. So it's a good episode, but because it doesn't fit the theme of the show overall, it can't be my favourite episode this season. That's why it has to be Mayday.
Yeah, but if we took Mayday out...
Then it would have to be Boston.
There
Because
isn't
I
anything
can't...
As I said, we're
think of
unanimous that
another
Mayday's the best episode of the season. But yes, is there
Yes.
one, like, second, it has to be Boston.
I
Yeah.
quite liked the speed emergency, like the
That was fun,
episode
yeah.
11, the outside looking in episode was great up until the part where they finished that speed emergency. Everything after that was terrible because it's like it's Lucy.
But see, again, it's one of those episodes. Like, I loved the speed emergency. I loved the introduction of Lucy, and then the rest of the episode fell down.
I know we said this in the episode, but I love the speed emergency because they poke fun of it. They're not trying to be serious. They're literally like, haha, we've seen that movie too.
Yeah.
And that's why it works. Because if they were just like, oh, we're doing the thing from Speed, it was like, yeah, yep,
And taking themselves incredibly seriously.
yep. But yeah, the fact that they camp it up, I'm like, yes, excellent, good.
But even within itself, it's still just like, it's a good emergency for this show.
It is.
Because
Yeah, it's
you've got
perfect
this-
for this show, yeah.
Yeah, you've got the tension.
it's
You've got
exciting.
It's a good introduction for Lucy.
It's a daring rescue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The stakes are high. Like, you know,
stakes are high.
Yes.
if they get it wrong, it's all going to go
But
exploding.
then the rest of the episode doesn't live up to the speed emergency. So, like, unfortunately, I can't say that I like that Outside Looking In is a favourite. If I were rewatching season 5, I'd probably watch that part and then skip to the next episode.
I mean, that's the one with Eddie, like, getting ready for his new job too, isn't it? It's not a terrible episode, but yeah. It's probably third good.
Third good.
Third good.
It's in third place.
Yeah, third place. All right, worst episode. Oh.
Desperate Measures. Has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's one with Jeffrey.
fair.
That's the final part of the season
Yeah.
opener, and it's the one that it's just Jeffrey has taken Harry and they're trying to find him, and they go to the
And Athena shoots him 18 times.
yeah, it's all Athena hunting for Jeffrey, pretty much that entire episode, and they're
It's all cop stuff, and we don't care. We're
it's
very
all cop
publicly,
stuff.
yeah, we're very publicly on. Like, I don't care about the cop stuff. When I want to watch cop stuff, I watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which I just started watching again because they moved it off Netflix to Stan finally, and I'm like, yes, excellent. So I've started watching it again, and yeah, because those characters are fleshed out, and like, so when I want propaganda, I watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, but at least it's
When
supposed to be funny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, I understand that 911 is about the first responders, but I just don't care about the cop stuff.
Especially when I think it's the culmination of, it was almost like they were doing a Criminal Minds episode, trying to do Criminal Minds with Jeffrey. And,
Yeah.
you know, he's getting the woman, his Patsy that he was using, and then he kills her, and then he kills Lou, and then Lou's like half dead, half alive,
Lou's
and
not
can't
dead,
talk.
yeah.
And if I wanted to watch Criminal Minds, I would watch Criminal Minds.
Literally.
I watch
like,
911 for the first responders responding to emergencies.
I like camp, but camp can be done so wrong, and then it tries to take itself, like, the show tries to take itself seriously. It's like, can you not? I just reached down to Pat Hudson and didn't realize he was yawning, and so just got, like, my hand in his mouth and was like, why are you so wet?
Like, there are so many episodes this season that, like, as we said, there's like a good part and then there's crappy parts. But I think for me, Desperate Measures is the one episode where the entire episode is crappy parts. And
Yeah.
there is no redeeming part of that episode
like,
for me.
oh my god, what, like, she shoots him like 12 times and then is like, make sure he doesn't die. It's like, well, maybe you shouldn't have shot him 12 times, Athena. If you wanted him to survive, don't shoot him in the face 1,300
'Cause at
times.
least- At least Desperate Times, we get, like, the callback to the animals in the zoo. and the
The zoo
using
stuff
the
was
llamas
fun.
as,
That was that
as
was good.
velociraptors was kind of funny. So there's
Yeah.
parts of that episode I can't see that in Desperate Measures.
Yeah.
I was going to say Ghost Stories because it's overwhelmingly meh. Like, nothing interesting happens in that episode at all. We've got, like, Harry struggling with, you know, he goes to the place where Jeffrey took him before.
Yeah, and, like, falls through the floor or whatever. Yeah.
And then we've got Eva coming back and Karen, like, going to see her and stuff. I'm just like, what?
The Taylor and Lou Ransom part was kind of funny, though. Where they're both
That
trying
was-
to
yeah.
solve.
That's true.
Maybe that was the
They were
one redeeming feature of this whole episode.
But yeah, otherwise, yes, Ghost Stories, again, bad, but at least I can point to, but like Taylor and Lou coming at the problem from two different angles, getting two different answers, yet both being right, is still kind of funny. Even if it was very much, we've cut an entire storyline and we need to just make shit up to fill time.
Yeah.
It was at least entertaining filler.
All right, what are we up to here?
Favorite characters for season 5?
Taylor Kelly.
Gee, there's a surprise. Although it is actually a surprise because it's normally Maddie and or Chim are your favorites.
Oh, I was going,
so-
like, favourite character besides the 118.
Okay.
Maddie also wasn't in it enough.
True. Okay.
Buck, you know, we support women's rights and wrongs. I do not support men's rights and wrongs. So, yeah, probably Taylor Kelly.
All right.
Also Chimney, because,
allowed.
like, he did great. Even if he did slam G's hand in the door.
And Punch Buck.
That's right.
Well, look, this season, I think we all wanted to
Buck
punch
had it
Buck a little
coming.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Taylor probably, like, high-fived him on the way out.
Ellen, who was your favourite character? You can say one of the 118.
Okay. Well, no, I was actually gonna say Eddie this time because I'm gonna steal your dude for a second and say that he had he had great story, like, character development this season. He looked amazing while he did it.
Yeah, but his suit
And-
jacket didn't fit Ellen.
Except for the fucking suit jacket. I mean,
Except
it
for
was
that.
one scene. 2 scenes? 1 scene.
Yeah,
2 scenes.
and
But
the rest of the time he was wearing, like, the dispatch outfit, which did look very good. And
No, he didn't wear
Yeah.
the dispatch. He was wearing his LAFD uniform.
yeah, the LAFD. Yeah, but it's not his usual thing. So
It's not
you
the
know,
turnouts.
Yep.
Yeah.
his dispatch
it's,
outfit.
it's not turnouts. Although it would have been fun if they'd put him in the dispatch shirt.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway,
The only sort of thing that I didn't really like about it was that the way he, like, got back from the first emergency and then immediately broke up with Anna, who'd just been looking after his kid for, like, several days. That was the point when we all wanted to slap Eddie. But after that, it was uphill from there.
But I think we kind of all saw it coming. Like, Eddie Diaz is a menace to women, should not be allowed anywhere near women.
No. Or walls.
You can't let him near a wall. He'll just run straight into it.
Punch holes in it.
He did actually punch the hole in the glass wall with the fire extinguisher.
Yep.
Yes, very dramatic. But that was to get Terry out, so, there was...
Yeah, he kicked some ass in that episode. It was great.
Did.
How about you, Bex? Are you sticking with your usual Eddie
It's...
or changing it up?
I'm gonna change it up this season because, like, it would be
Ooh.
Eddie because I love me Eddie Diaz, but this season I'm gonna say Lucy Donato. I know she's like a minor character,
fair, yeah.
but, like, Ariel is gorgeous. She is
Yep.
age appropriate. She's like the character of Lucy was such a cool character, and it's not her fault that the writers had no idea what to do with her. She had such potential. The little bits we got from her were amazing. I would have loved for them to actually done something with her character, but what little that we got, and I know we were making fun of her toward the end of the season, like it's the 118 and Lucy, but I really did.
Lucy, yeah.
I really did like Lucy's character. I wish that they had done more with her. I would have liked to have seen them do more with her. So she gets my. I was very excited when we got to the Lucy episodes. So she gets my favorite for season 5.
Yeah,
Cute.
Eddie's very close second.
Yeah, sorry, Buck, you've been knocked off your pedestal. This actually, I don't know if any of us usually pick Buck, or if we normally pick like Chim or like Eddie.
I don't think I've picked Buck once.
Mine's always Buck and Jim and Maddie.
Okay.
This, like, Maddie wasn't in it enough. Still love Maddie.
Right.
Taylor Kelly. And, like, she like, Taylor's not coming back, so she needs her moment, okay?
Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll definitely let you have Taylor.
I don't think anybody could have listened to our episodes about season 5 and questioned why you were saying Taylor. I think that's a very obvious choice for you for this season. But yes, least favorite.
Least favorite characters, and why is it Claudette?
Literally.
Yeah, pretty much.
Literally.
That's about it.
I mean, we'll give Jonah an honourable mention, but he was like made out to be the baddie. Like,
I liked Jonah's storyline. Like he was set up to be he was set up to be annoying. He was set up to be a foil for Hen, and then they had his actual storyline where he became a bad guy. But I liked that. Claudette was just a cunt from the start.
Yeah.
And we never got anything beside that from her.
Like, oh no, she had trauma. So did fucking everyone else. Like, why are you special, bitch?
And the trauma didn't explain, or the only thing the trauma did was explain her reaction when the office was on fire.
Yeah.
It didn't explain why she was harassing May. And I know that...
Yeah, and then they humanised her right at the end where they were saying, oh, she had, like, a family and, you know, she was a normal person. It's like, yeah, but she was still a bitch. So...
And I think that was, like, partially that was because we were seeing her through May's perspective. Like, we felt we didn't like Claudette because May didn't like Claudette. They just did far too good a job.
Yeah.
Because everybody and the actress did such a good job that we all fucking hated her.
Yeah. Yes, apologies to the actress.
Yes.
You did a great job.
Oh, she did a
fantastic
job, yeah.
Like, I felt like I was getting bullied just watching her.
Yeah.
All right, so we're unanimous that we all hated Claudette this season. Excellent.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of who else, like Jeffrey, honestly, but he was such a cartoon baddie that.
But see, yeah.
I hated Claudette worse.
Yes. And I don't think I really hated Jeffrey himself. I just hated the storyline that he was associated with and the way that it kept dragging on and on. He was just kind of there.
He just kept coming back. No, I didn't like him at all, but
we all had very emotional reactions to Claudette.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, and wrapping up the best and worsts of season 5, did anybody have a favorite emergency or rescue or call that happened?
I forgot about this.
Speed.
It kind of has to. The speed one.
Yeah,
is probably a pretty good one.
Like speed followed by, the whole of like the Mayday stuff, like Bobby going in to save his kid.
Yeah, the fire. Yes, the dispatch fire in total was pretty good. Like that whole, obviously we've already decided it's our favorite episode, but that whole emergency was really well put together.
Yeah. I'm just doing a quick scan to see if...
Yeah, me too, but I did not... A lot of the other ones were just like...
They're like little ones that were based on the theme of the episode, and they're like nothing really to kind of write home about.
Oh, I was reading through the episodes, and I was like... I got up to this bit where it says, a meth lab in a retirement home explodes due to a faulty chandelier. I'm like, that is the most 911 sentence I've ever read in my life.
Yep. Pretty much.
So random.
It is. I mean, it doesn't really count as an emergency, but watching all of the animals being sort of walking around Hollywood Boulevard was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was cool. The llamas were pretty funny. I mean, or alpacas, whatever they were.
Nobody does anything with the elephant, but it's a fun emergency just to... Especially as the 118 are walking through and like Welcome to the Jungle is playing and all of these animals are in somewhere that they really shouldn't be there. Even though there's no way possible that they could have walked from the zoo to Hollywood Boulevard. But that's fine. Visually it was cool. It's a cool visual for season 5, but yeah, I think it has to be the speed emergency. And
yeah, the speed emergency was like the most dramatic and kind of high stakes in the whole season, really. Even outside of the Jeffrey stuff, which was quite high stakes because Harry was like kidnapped and tied up and whatever. But
then it
just went on and on, and it was.
But it wasn't like nobody was doing anything. They were just trying to find him. There was no like rappelling off a ladder that's moving at 55 miles an hour into the back of a truck and then getting people up, and Buck having to jump and almost missing the ladder and Lucy having to like haul him up by his underwear, that kind of stuff. That's it's very different. Very different.
Yeah. Yes, very, very dramatic.
So from there, I don't know if we can do this next segment. Last season I brought in a segment of like the best and worst of the 911 calls from the season. So I went through and pulled all of the 911 calls from the various transcripts.
Jesus.
There's not that many of them, and they're not that interesting. Because I think the reason that I did it for Season 4 was Season 4 seemed to be particularly bad for using the 911 calls as a transition point. So they were usually punny or some kind of joke.
I thought they did that in this season too, but yeah, looking through these, they're not. Like, I quite like the... it's my birthday and I think I just saw a dead guy. Yeah. That's quite.
But again, that's like the second half of the season. They started doing the punny 911 calls, but they're sort of very few and far between. So I've pulled them all. So have a look through, see if there any sort of stands out as being especially heinous. Some of them are just like actual like 911 calls.
Yeah, a lot of them are just 911 calls.
Except Phyllis, who's like, hello, I think there's a fire.
But again, like, it's not just a one line, it's a full, like, you couldn't just pull the one line, it was a full conversation.
There was the Christmas one with the women fighting over the dude, and we're still not sure why they were fighting over him.
Oh, my husband was just hit by a trolley. He's not your husband, he's mine. You're a liar, you're a tramp. Yep, yeah, that's
Yeah, no, I think the birthday one is the only one, apart from, like, we have a piper down. I repeat, a piper is down. Which makes no sense unless you know what's actually going on. But, yeah.
I think just for the sheer delivery, I do like Ruth's 911 call. Where she's like, she's so over it. She's like, this is Ruth at the Gas and Sip. And dispatcher's like, oh, hi, Ruth, you getting robbed again? She's like, it's just my afternoon. I will always have a fond spot for Ruth and her 911
Yeah.
calls. But yeah, I
Gas
think
and sip.
I think the birthday one is probably the best of the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are some sort of interesting ones, like the one from Brawl on Cell Block 911 is interesting, which is like it's a different phone that rings and there's all the code words and Josh has to like recite code words back. So that's like interesting, but again, it's sort of it's a 911 call as part of the story. It's not a transition or a pun or a joke or something. You're just like, dude, you can't open a 911 call by saying, I just saw a dead guy.
Yeah.
And it's your birthday.
Yeah.
Okay, so continuing with sort of bests and worsts, let's... it's not really a transition, but I'm going to make it a transition. We're going to transition over to Fuck, Marry, Kill. And then we can also use this as a segue into our listener feedback, which we brought up earlier in the episode but never actually got into. So I have my suggested Fuck, Marry, Kill for season 5, but friend of the podcast, Pigeon, has also provided some alternative Fuck, Marry, Kills. So let's start with my more serious Fuck, Marry, Kill, and then we'll do rapid fire Pigeon's Fuck, Marry, Kills.
Okay.
So to remind everybody, the rules for my very serious Fuck, Marry, Kills is it has to be a character from season 5 who is new to the season, so they can't have appeared before. This has to be their debut season, and they have to be like a recurring character, so it doesn't really count if it's just a one-off episode character. So your Fuck, Marry, Kill contenders for season 5 are Lucy Donato, Jonah Greenway, and Claudette Collins. Go.
Okay, so while Ellen's thinking, I have to kill Jonah because I can't kill a woman. So kill Jonah. Fuck Claudette so that I only have to see her once. It's fine. And she'd probably be okay with out of work because, like, she did have a husband and kids. So, and then marry Lucy.
Interesting. I was with you with Jonah. Have to kill Jonah, not because like I'm perfectly okay with killing a woman. I don't want anything to do with Jonah. Like, it was a good storyline, but no, thank you.
No, he's a bit of a psycho.
But I'm going to switch the order. So I'm going to fuck Lucy and marry Claudette. Mostly because I think Claudette would make a good wife. I think she would run a very tight ship at home. She'd have everything.
I couldn't deal with that.
I think as long as she doesn't, like, she's not seeing the potential in you and wanting you to do better and sort of bullying you as a way of like supporting and mentoring you, she's probably okay in the home. Lucy doesn't want to get married, so marrying her would just be a recipe for disaster. She gives off very much, she just wants casual, so I'm quite happy. Like, I'm not saying I'll fuck her once. I'm quite happy to like continue fucking her. Like,
I don't think that's the game. I'm pretty sure it's a one-time thing. That's it.
Okay, that's fine. Like, fuck Lucy because I think it'd be a great night. And she doesn't want to get married. So, like, I marry Claudette doesn't mean I have to touch her. We can just have a sexless marriage. She can run the house and run the kids. That's fine. And yeah, Jonah's out of there.
No, I'd do the washing and Claudette would be like, oh, isn't it great that I did the washing? And I'd be like, you didn't even do the washing. What are you talking about?
I do think that Claudette would be very much, there is a very specific way of doing things and you do it her way or you don't do it at all. And if you do attempt to try and do something, she would be like huffing and rolling her eyes behind you, going back and doing what you just did.
Yeah, can't deal with that.
But I would rather that than like, I don't know what she'd be like in bed. Whereas I think Lucy would be amazing in bed. So.
Yeah, that's why I'm pinning her down. She's changing just for me. She just doesn't want to marry a man, okay? It's fine.
No. Like, if the man is Jonah anyway, I 100% agree with you.
Well, I can change the order again because I'll just kill Claudette because she sucks. Marry Lucy, and in a very metaphorical sense, fuck Jonah.
Yes. Love it. Okay. No. I love it. It's great.
We have a bunch of ones that Pigeon sent us. Thank you, Pigeon. We love you. We've got...
We may not love you after this game, but...
So you don't have to explain. No explanation. Just first answer that out of your head. Off the top of your head. So we've done Jonah, Lucy, Claudette. That's fine. So here we go. Eddie's PTSD, Bobby's addiction, Buck's implied chronic pain.
Marry Buck's implied chronic pain, because I live with chronic pain anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck Eddie's PTSD, because he's kind of hot while he's destroying stuff. But kill Bobby's addiction, because I literally want to kill Bobby's addiction.
Fair.
Not Bobby, just his addiction.
I'm going to have to agree with you on this one. Yeah. That's the only logical choice.
Yeah.
Ellen, do you want to... anything different?
No, that sounds good to me.
You're unanimous?
Yep.
Okay. Battle of the Love Interests. Taylor Kelly, Lucy Donato, Lena Bosco.
Kill Lena. Sorry, Lena. Fuck Lucy and marry Taylor Kelly. In a move that shocked no one ever. Still waiting.
This is all...
for the DM.
Oh, see, I'm torn because I think I had Lena as my fuck last time we did this. In fact, I think I had all three of them as like my fuck when we've done it for their respective seasons. Can I just fuck all of them?
Look, they're all very attractive people. Like, how can you go wrong? I don't think that's how the game works, though.
No, okay. That's the whole point. Got to make the hard colours.
Fuck Lena. All right, fuck Lena. Marry Taylor. Kill Lucy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought Lucy was your favourite.
She was, but I mean, it's Sophie's choice here. Okay.
All right, I'm going on to the next one. We've got Fire Marshal Buck, Dispatch Eddie, and Road Trip Chimney. In which case I will marry Road Trip Chimney because he has gone to the ends of the earth to find me, I guess. Fuck Dispatch Eddie and kill Fire Marshal Buck because honestly, who wants to deal with that?
Like, that's fair, but I think I'm going to have to fuck Fire Marshal Buck, marry Road Trip Chimney, and put Dispatch Eddie out of his misery.
He was pretty miserable while he was in Dispatch.
I am marrying Fire Marshal Buck, I'm fucking Dispatch Eddie, and I am killing Road Trip Chimney.
Poor Road Trip
Wow.
Chimney. All right, next is shirtless pics of Kenny, Oliver, and Ryan. Sorry, Ryan, I'm killing you. Marrying Oliver and fucking
Okay, I know this is incredibly autistic of me. Can we get clarification over which Oliver? Are we talking about like season 4 when he's still semi-twinkish, or are we going like Brick Shithouse season 8 Oliver?
I'd marry either. I'm good with either. And yeah, fuck Kenny.
Okay.
I feel like I have to say fuck Kenny just because it's like morally bankrupt of me to have anything to do with the other two just from an age gap. I don't know. Oh, okay. Shirtless pics of fuck
too close
Kenny,
to real person
marry
fiction.
Ryan, kill Buck, kill Oliver.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, Ellen.
I don't have a relationship with any of these people shirtless, so
Oh, do you need an example? Hang on, let me
You send me examples if you like. Because I don't go on social media to look at 911 stuff. So the only reference we have of this is like what's happened in the show, and it's mostly Kenny who gets shirtless in the show. So
no. We've had the shirtless Eddie because they, had the heart thingies like hanging on by a wing and a prayer.
That was a long time ago though.
And we've had shirtless Buck in his twink era. I don't think we've had it since, mostly because he keeps getting fucking tattoos and they're sick of trying to airbrush them. So we have on the show seen all three of them shirtless.
Yeah, okay.
But you can pass. You don't have to answer the question. We can move on to some.
I'm too A-spec for this question.
Did you have to pick the mustache pick? Jesus Christ!
Yes, I thought it was funny.
Oh no, I haven't seen
also, for some reason, What a Man is playing in my head. It's really weird.
Yeah, the mustache is really not a good look. Anyway, we've got bagpipes, St. Patrick's Day snakes, or the shillelagh staff thing that the guy was carrying. I don't know. This is a weird kind of comparison to have to make, but okay. Fuck bagpipes.
The shillelagh's the walking stick club thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Killing the bagpipes. I don't even care. I'm killing the bagpipes. Probably. Ooh, do I want to be
fucking the
permanently
snakes
stuck with
and marrying the shillelagh.
Yeah, I feel like the snakes would be okay short term. So yeah, fuck the snakes, marry the shillelagh, because it's a stick. You could probably handle that for years on end.
I was going to say, just fuck the shillelagh.
You could lean on the shillelagh. You could really lean on them.
Yeah. Oh God.
Okay.
Thanks for this pigeon.
Fandom can make them better, make them hornier, make them sadder.
This is too easy. I'm killing make them sadder.
No.
Fucking make them hornier and marrying make them better.
No, fuck making them better.
No. As in, fuck making them better is the same way we're fucking Jonah. Like, negatively.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't want that.
No, we don't want to make them better.
Marry making them hornier. And kill making them sad.
I just want to make them hornier. I want to make them hornier. I will. That's my option. Make them hornier.
That's your choice.
Make them sadder, and then have them resolve their sadness by getting horny. They will not be getting better.
Perfect. That's the show. That's it.
And then last is Boston, Los Angeles, and Oklahoma. Honestly, don't know where Oklahoma is. No idea. Don't know where Oklahoma is, so I'll kill Oklahoma.
Why did Oklahoma?
Fuck Los Angeles because it's fast. And then
honestly, that's
Boston.
What's going through my head is like Oklahoma, where the blah blah blah
yeah,
blah blah
that's
blah.
Right.
Chandler was there for
Oklahoma?
A bit. Maybe it's because Chandler Bing was there. Even Chandler Bing didn't like it, Oklahoma. So yeah, kill Oklahoma. Don't even know where it is. Fuck Los Angeles. Marry Boston.
I have a feeling I haven't paid close enough attention to Pigeon's comments and that they've talked about Oklahoma. But
potentially.
sorry, no.
I don't think so.
Potentially. I'm so sorry, Pigeon. I don't understand this one, so...
LA is the only city on that list that I've been to, so I'll count that as a marry. I don't know. I don't understand either.
Okay, I hope Pigeon that you enjoyed our responses to your fuck, marry, kills. I'm kind of sorry to everybody else who had no idea what the hell was going on then. Feel free to, if you're listening to this episode and you have your own thoughts on either the actual official fuck, marry, kill for this season, which is Lucy, Jonah, or Claudette, send us your choices and defend your choice, feel free to join in with the other options as well. I would love to. Please, again, you don't have to defend your choice of why you're fucking the bagpipes and which way you're fucking the bagpipes. But if you are so inclined, we would love to hear your takes on these fuck, marry, kills. Meanwhile, we're going to move on. I forgot to look at my list of background firefighters who we met this season. I don't know that we met anybody new.
I feel like we did see a few new people early on, maybe, but I don't remember which episode it would have been in.
Okay. All right, I'm pulling up my list. While I do that, we can discuss the vehicles that that got destroyed this season, because once again, the 118 are irresponsible with their ladder trucks. Honestly, they should not be allowed to have ladder trucks. They are strictly an engine truck and rescue ambulances, and then they need to get the 133 to come with them if they need a ladder truck.
Like, why would you park it off a cliff like... Anyway.
Okay, let's see.
Was the one where the power lines fell on the truck, was that this season or was that last?
No, that was Jinx. That was...
Oh, yeah, okay, that was last
4.
season.
Okay, I apologise to Julie, because we met Julie this season.
Oh, yeah, we did. She did get named.
We did too.
Yeah.
We had the return of Boyd and Maxwell. So, welcome back, fellas. And then we also had the introduction of Daniels. So.
Okay.
We had a few new people.
Yep. And they come and go too. Like, occasionally we see people in the background at the station house, but I don't ever recognise any of them.
There's always people, but yes, we very rarely, unless it's a background firefighter, but I haven't spotted him since season 4. And then it's very rarely that we actually get a close up of the back of their turnouts so that we can see their names.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's always fun when we do, because inevitably Bobby will get their name wrong.
Yeah, well, I was going to say next season you need to write your story, right? So we find out what's happening with the background people.
When we get there, yeah.
Yeah.
That brings us to, other than you looking forward to the background firefighter ficus, Alice and I desperately try to stop ourselves from killing ourselves rather watching season 6. Or I should say, we are distracting ourselves from how much we hate season 6 by writing the background firefighter fic. Other than that, what else? What are your predictions? We do have your predictions that you mentioned earlier in the episode, but is there anything else that you think is going to happen in season 6? Have you seen any spoilers for season 6? So is there anything coming up this season that you know is going to happen?
No, honestly, the only other things I know about what is going to happen in the series altogether is from like 7 onwards, like. And most of the stuff that I know about is like stuff from season 8 or 9 that have happened like recently.
Okay.
So I don't actually have any idea what's coming in season 6 in terms of storylines. I know that Eddie will get another girlfriend at some point, but I don't know if that is in the next season or if it's in, season 7. And apart from that, I'm not expecting to enjoy any of the episodes because you guys keep saying how much you hate them.
Hey, look, at least now if you do enjoy them, you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not like we're like, yes, this season's going to be great, and then you watch and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with them?
I suppose that's true. We have lowered the bar so far.
So low.
That it can only
be upwards from here. Yeah,
look,
I was thinking that.
If you genuinely enjoy season 6 and it's one of your favourite seasons, maybe just skip the podcast.
No, don't do that, because we'll be like hoping to hear from people as to what they actually did enjoy about episodes. I'm sure.
Yes, please feel free to come in and like yeet me off my soapbox and climb up on it yourself and tell me how I am wrong with everything
tell us why you
that I'm
like
going to say for season 6. There are, like, I think I've said this before, I probably have said this several times before, there are like everything, there are parts of season 6 that I enjoy. There are some storylines that I enjoy, there are some parts of episodes that I enjoy. I just have a feeling that it's tipping more and more towards that's the minority of the season.
Yeah.
More so than season 5.
How like, I'm just checking. So we've got a whole 18 episodes in this season to
God,
look forward to.
Okay.
Yes.
Aren't you glad that we're watching? I feel bad, but I also am glad that this is not like a mid-90s TV show with like 24 episodes per season.
I mean, maybe they would have got something good happen if they...
You think that if they'd had a full season that they would have been able to write better shit?
Maybe.
No, they would have just had more shots of the trucks like driving around LA.
Yeah, true.
And like watching Buck climb a ladder for like a full 20 seconds.
It's just the Metal Gear Solid thing again.
Oh my God.
Was that this season? I feel like that was this season.
No, that was last season because that was the sniper episode. It was like Suspicion.
It feels like it was just the other day, but it was right at the end of season 4.
Yes.
So yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was like everyone was getting shot and Buck's like, Eddie's shot, this person's shot, and Buck's like, well, no one's going to care if I get shot, so I'll climb this endless ladder.
And that's when Eddie was telling him he wasn't, just
like, you think that you're expendable, you're not expendable, I'm going to give you my kid.
Yeah, here, have a child. We'll never talk about it again, but have a child.
And then they kissed. Okay, they didn't. Speaking of making them kiss, are we going to do another fan fiction episode?
Well, I've already put out on Twitter and on Blue Sky asking for recommendations. So
excellent. Okay, great.
We still have several from the last fanfic episode where I vetoed them because they had Jonah and Lucy in them.
Okay.
So those ones are now back on the table. Although I think it would have been interesting, perhaps, to have had you read them and go like, "Wow, the fandom has really like taken this one OC and run with it. Like everybody's got this one OC in their character, and he's always the bad guy."
Right. Actually, that would have given it away, though. Like if I'd known that he was the bad guy before we met him. Yeah. Yeah,
which is why I vetoed all the fics with Jonah in them, because I didn't want you to immediately meet Jonah and go, wait, all of the AUs have him as the bad guy. Why?
No, that was good, thank you.
So there's a couple more fics that I can share with you now, but yeah, opening the floor again for more recommendations. Again, no spoilers for season 6 onwards in your fics. You can send through the recs, but I'm going to go through and veto them before I give them to Ellen. Just be aware. Yeah. I will read them, and I will sit there going like, oh my God, we've got to get through season 6 so you can read this fic. But we won't actually discuss it at this point. We can
say at this point, even though we are buddy shippers, they don't have to be buddy fics. They can just be canon.
If you've got an amazing Chim Maddie or amazing Bethina fix, but I have a feeling that everyone
when you said Chim, I thought you were about to ask for Chim Bobby fix, and I'm like, okay, sure.
No, Jesus Christ, I'm sure they exist.
Oh, they do.
I just feel like the majority of our listeners are going to be reading mostly buddy fics, and that's what we're going to get most recommendations for. But yeah, send us through anything, as long as there's no spoilers for season 6 or later.
Yeah,
please. Yeah. So, okay, we're not really sure of the order yet as to when we'll do the fanfiction episode. I don't know if we want to do that next, or if we want to start with season 6 and then have a break partway in to talk about fanfic. But it might take me a couple of weeks to get through all these fics. But what do we have to look forward to at the start of season 6?
Not much.
That's an interesting choice of words, but the summary, the promo summary that was sent out for the season 6 premiere says, when a blimp suffers mechanical failure and its engine catches fire, Athena and the 118 must rescue victims both inside and outside a packed sports stadium. Bobby and Athena drop May off on her first day of college and discuss honeymoon plans. That seems an interesting juxtaposition. While Maddie and Chim go to couples therapy. And the episode is called Let the Games Begin.
Okay. When they were talked about going on honeymoon, like they had their cruise tickets already, I just assumed that was something they were going to do in the hiatus, and they would come back and they'd been on that already.
Oh, but that would make sense, wouldn't it? That would make perfect sense.
But I guess it hasn't happened that way.
No. And the triggers for that episode,
blimps, bad TV.
It literally
Sports.
says blimps. Like the first one is, it specifically says blimp crash, but yes, blimps are the first trigger for the episode. Car accident, car versus house. I'm assuming house gets off worse in that. And a cliffhanger ending, because, they're triggering, which includes panicked people running and or trampling each other.
Okay. Oh, and that's the ending?
Of the episode.
It's going to go on for the entire episode. Okay. Cool.
I think it does a thing where, like, the first episode of the season sets up the massive emergency. And then
it's
episode 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and God knows how many deal with the emergency. So, we could go, yay, they're actually having an actual emergency for season 6 season opener.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially.
It doesn't sound like you want to go yay, though. I'll find out.
Yeah.
You'll find out.
I'll find out. Okay. If you've made it all the way through to this part of this episode, please let us know what you thought about season 5 if you haven't already. Not many people have. No, I'll cut that out.
Nobody loved us this season.
Well, we were pretty down on season 5.
I was going to say we didn't even love us this season.
No, that's not fair. Kira said that the podcast was the best part of season 5.
Thank you, Kira.
Thanks, Kira.
Oh, God. Okay. We'll see how far we get in season 6 before we just go, oh, no, let's fast forward to season 7. No. Yes, let us know what you thought about this season and, like, the podcast in general. We'd love to hear from you. You can contact us in the usual ways on thatwewashow.com or directly in Spotify or on YouTube or on social media as well. Thank you for listening this week, and we'll talk to you next time about the start of season 6. See you then.
Bye.
Bye.
911 is a fictional show, but many of the situations portrayed happen in the real world too. If any of the topics we've discussed in this episode have affected you, please know you're not alone. You can call or text numbers in your country for help. Just Google crisis support in your location to find out the number. If you enjoy our podcast, you can help us out by leaving us a review on Spotify or your preferred listening app, and by sharing our social media posts. Find out more at thatwewashow.com.
Okay, hang on. Now I'm recording.
Oh, shit. You mean we don't have any of that talk that we just had about Outlander or anything?
We have none of the Outlander stuff. Yep.
Okay.
No one will know how I do not remember anything about Outlander. It's my little secret, except for the outtakes where this talk will be.